go ahead and call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. My secretary, is Mr. Bukovich on this call?
Yes.
Mr. Bukovich, can you please take attendance? I can't hear you at all, Mr. Bukovich.
I can't hear you, Andy.
Technical difficulties, one moment. We'll take attendance momentarily.
I'll get it.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Awesome. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I heard you were on secretary. I assume that means you did chair and vice chair already?
No, I'm asking you to take attendance.
Okay. That's what I mean. I assume you, because you were on secretary, I assume did you do chair and vice chair attendance already?
No, I'm
Okay.
asking you to do all the attendance.
Okay, that's awesome. All right. So, chair,
Present.
vice chair,
Presente.
I am here. Give me one sec. I am pulling up one more thing here. All right. Affiliates.
Nope. Treasurer.
Treasurer.
Assistant treasurer here.
Awesome. Affiliates.
Present.
Campaigns.
Jessica Fensky sitting as proxy for Jacob Luria.
Okie dokie. All right, just recording that. Communications.
Here.
Outreach.
Present.
Fundraising.
Here.
Legislative.
Yep.
Membership.
Membership.
He's muted.
Oh, nice. All right, we got membership. Okay. So, full slate plus some proxies.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Bukovich. So now we'll open the floor for public comment. Would any of our visitors like to make public comment this evening?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Atwood, you have the floor.
Like to report on CRC this morning. Center-right coalition, fairly crowded agenda, primarily focusing on legislation dealing with guns, and that about covers that for them. For the rest of you, if you heard my proposal for a $2 bet, I'll see you at convention and we can shake on it, and I think we'll see what happens. See you then. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Atwood. Any other public comment? All right, moving on. We were just submitted we need to approve the agenda. Are there any additions to the agenda tonight? Okay, so we'll approve the agenda as written. The previous minutes were just submitted to everyone in their inbox around 5:30. That's not nearly enough to review. We will be putting the minutes up for a vote this week. So please review those minutes so that we can approve them or fix any corrections that need to be made. And now we're on to the county affiliates. Is there any representatives from a county affiliate who wishes to speak tonight?
Madam Chair, I'll make a quick comment about Arapahoe County.
Great, we'd love to hear the update.
Awesome. We are having a board meeting on the 22nd of February at 6:30 at the, I believe it's the library in Centennial. It's the Centennial Library. post the details in the chat if anyone is interested. Also, we are looking for candidates, and if anyone is interested in visiting us and just hanging out, we're going to be posting other hangouts as well for Arapahoe County.
Great, they're always a great time. Is there any other county representative that would like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on. Reports from our LNC representatives. Ms. Harlos is absent from being sick. Our regional rep didn't have anything to report for us. So we will go to board reports. I have nothing to add to my board report. So, Vice Chair, Mr. Gonzalez, do you have anything further to add?
Nothing to add, Madam Chair.
Treasurer, is there any additions to the board report that you're aware of? No? Secretary,
Madam Chair,
yes?
I have a question for the treasurer.
Well, it's the assistant treasurer tonight proxying for the treasurer. You may still ask him questions, but he may or may not have those answers for you.
Okay. I would like to know why we're still missing the liabilities for the county affiliates from the,
Talked about it. Dustin, are you aware of why the sections for the county affiliates are not on the treasurer's report?
I do not know, but I'll have to get with James on that.
Perfect. I'm also making note. So between the two of us, we'll get that passed along in a message. Let me write that down before moving on. Okay, cool. I can't do two things at once. Secretary, do you have any additions to your board report?
I do not.
Are there any upcoming deadlines I need to be aware of?
There's a bunch listed in the report. None additional that haven't been there for a while. They're just
Okay.
related to convention. So
Perfect. Yeah, those are on my purview. Affiliates, Mr. Burgesson?
Nothing.
Thank you. Mr. Luria? I mean, Ms. Fensky, are there any additions?
Nothing to add.
Perfect. Thank you. Mr. Marinovich?
Nothing to add.
Ms. King?
Nothing further to add.
Mr. Vance?
Nothing further to add.
Mr. Buss?
Nothing further to add.
Thank you. Ms. Steinke?
Nothing to add.
Great. Staff reports. Mr. Aiken, do you have any additions to your board report?
I just created a email template for El Paso County, and if any other counties would like something similar, please let me know.
Thank you. Mr. Savoy, do you have anything we should know about? Are you doing great?
Nothing new.
Perfect. Committee reports. I don't see the fundraising committee on here, so I'm going to add them 10.3. So 10.1, the merchandising committee would be overseen by Mr. Luria. Ms. Fensky, did he give you anything to speak to on the merchandising committee?
Can you repeat the last part of that?
Did Mr. Luria offer any information as far as updating you with the merchandising committee?
No, he did not.
Okay, that's fine. We do not have a representative from the audit committee. So 10.3 fundraising. Do you have any updates for us as far as the convention committee report?
Oh, I'm sorry. No updates. I'm sorry. I really have not been putting in convention committee reports. But convention is the planning is going well. We have kind of a few loose ends to tie up, but nothing crazy. Early bird tickets are on sale only until this Friday, so that's a savings of $50 if you want all access, which is meals and access to the gala, where we will be having the presidential debate.
Perfect. I got mine today. I hope you all get yours. Mr. Aiken, do you have a question?
Yes, Aaron, I left you some procedures for handling the extra purchase that.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, thank you for helping with that.
Okay.
Yeah, and it seems like Aaron was able to successfully. So we had an issue where a member bought an all access ticket and then later wanted to buy one of the VIP table tickets, and then there was a little bit of confusion with that. But now you can go back if you buy a ticket now or register now, but want to later buy a VIP table. So we'll have VIP tables for all of the presidential candidates that are showing up, as well as Danny Polishchuk. And those are going quickly. So if anybody wants those, don't wait too long. But I understand finances can be a challenge sometimes. So you can now go back and buy a la carte VIP tickets.
Great, thank you. How is the early bird pricing going? Are we making a lot of sales?
Not as many as I would like, if I'm being honest, but we've sold, I think, we have more than 15 people registered, but I think we've had 15 all access tickets sold so far. I have not bought mine yet, but I will this week.
I did when I saw the email today. I was like, oh yeah, I got to do that. So
be aggressive with the emails this week, guys. So sorry, not sorry. Get your tickets.
At least you got one sold from that.
Get your tickets while they're on sale.
All right, great. We don't have any special orders. We don't have any unfinished business. We do have 3 points of new business. So first and foremost is the policy manual. And you guys were emailed a copy of that today. So we can discuss it. I would like to pass it, but if you feel that that's being rushed, we can move that to an email vote as well. This is part of the strategy that we've paid Mr. Wiley to help organize our board. Next will come the director manuals, which should be done by the end of next week. So this is the first step. This is implementing policy for the board, policy and procedure, which is pretty boring, but like super necessary if we're going to be, real organization. And so it's going to help us handle growth, and it's going to provide policy and procedure for how things need to be done. So it's actually quite an important piece of document. Does anyone have any questions or comments about that?
I would just like to chime in. I would strongly like to review that before approving it, just so if there are any edits or any changes that need to be made, like so nothing is set in stone before everyone has an opportunity to review it. So I would like to vote that we do an email ballot this week, not delaying it significantly, but delaying it enough so that people have an opportunity to review it purposefully rather than rushing through just now. That's my personal thought there.
Perfect. Mr. Vance, you had your hand raised?
I second that. From what I've seen, I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far, but I definitely want more time to parse through everything.
No worries. Miss Kate.
I'm just echoing what everybody else has said. I would prefer a little bit more time to read it. So maybe if we can do an vote at the end of the week, that would probably give time.
Yes. So let's give it till, okay, I'm taking Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. If we could plan to start an email ballot on Friday, I could send out the reminder and then we can have the ballot created. Does Friday sound like a good timeline for that?
Yes.
That would work for me.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. And then we'll also do it do the same timeline for reviewing the minutes so that we're taking just a pause, but we're staying on track with approving all of the things that we need to do. So I'm comfortable with that. Thank you for your input, directors. So next on the agenda is the audit committee. And Mr. Vukovich, can you help me explain this? Or Mr. Gonzalez?
I think Eli might be more qualified on that one. I can give an overview, but I think he knows the details.
Yeah, sure thing. So for the members that are present, the audit committee was established during the last convention, and the purpose of it is to increase transparency of financial transactions that the board has. We need just an independent group of people who are libertarians to double check our work and to make sure that there is no, for lack of a better term, funny business going on. The audit committee was established, and the board was, or the committee was established, I believe, in August of last year. And they do have to present a report here soon so that we can review and so that the membership can see our transactional, what am I going to call it? Fortitude or something like that. Just so they can see what we spend our money on.
Okay, yes. So we're having issues with the chair of the audit committee not being available. So we're working right now to try and get communication going. Two of the audit committee members emailed the treasurer and the vice chair and I, and said they've been trying to get access to the documents for reviewing and compiling the report. So they've been unable to reach that person. So we're working right now to try and get in touch with them. Super great. More financial issues. Just what I needed. I haven't lost enough hair from the stress of that over the years. I need to lose more. Good news. Does any director have any questions, comments, concerns, and or database? I always want your opinion, Mr. Aiken, on finances. Does anyone have any concerns about that? Mr. Aiken?
Yes, one of the things that the finance committee or the treasurer needs to do is to balance the Stripe transactions with the Civvy CRM database and with the bank account. I've not yet seen any progress on that.
So you're not seeing any progress in the QuickBooks?
Well, nobody's asked me about pulling transactions from Civvy. I don't know if that's being done. I don't know if it's being balanced with Stripe. It's a complete black box. Not that I've actually tried to pay a whole lot of attention to it. I just don't see anything.
I'm taking notes really quick so I can remind myself to check back in with this.
And I might add that I know there are discrepancies because I'm a regular monthly contributor and none of the transactions or the donations I've paid in the last 2 or 3 years have actually been entered into Civvy. So.
Okay, I took notes of that so I can work on that. I'll have Alicio start working on that. I'm taking Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. I haven't had a day off of party work in weeks. Mr. Bukovich?
I missed to have a second there. What transactions are not entered in the Civvy?
There are, I think, 5 or 6 people who have legacy donations in Stripe.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. Okay.
Okay. All right. So is there any further discussion on this specific issue? Does anyone have any questions or concerns?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No? All right. Convention money allocation, Ms. King.
Okay, so this is allocation for a couple of things. I need to order some swag for the swag bags. none of that's going to be super expensive, but altogether, it's a decent chunk. I also need to allocate money for gala dinner catering, and well, just catering in general. So, so let me put this into an actual motion. Actually, no, I'm just going to do it all at once. Just know it's probably not going to be this much money, but I'm going to allocate to the upper end, and then hopefully not use that much. I move to allocate up to $9,000, which I know that sounds like a lot of money, for catering all day, and swag bag items. I know that sounds like a ton of money.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Great. Let's open the floor for discussion. Let's hear more.
I'm happy to break that down. So our rough estimate, now this is assuming that we get like 150 people at the gala, which I would love. The quote for that was about $6,000, and that's a staffed, catering event. They come in, they set up, they serve the food, they break everything down, which is pretty reasonable. That's about what it was last year. It was a little bit less last year because we had fewer people, but it was roughly the same amount for the quote. Lunch catering is estimated to be about $2,000. Breakfast catering is estimated to be about $300. We're doing a really simple, bagels and coffee kind of a breakfast. Obviously the gala dinner, and that will depend on how many people we actually have coming. So it may not be that much if we have fewer people coming. It could be more if there's more people coming. We can talk about that next month. And ultimately the tickets pay for that anyway, so we shouldn't be like out any money per se. So that's roughly like $8,300, and then the rest is for swag. And I doubt I will be spending. I'm sorry, my brain is farting. Like $700 on swag. I don't think I'll be spending that much, but I just wanted a nice round number. So that's where we're at. I'm expecting about $500 on swag. And that will include t-shirts that we'll sell, as well as I'm trying to do some like notepads and pens, and anything that we don't sell, it'll just be LPCO branded, so we can put it into the outreach boxes for the affiliates. P.S. If any affiliates are doing outreach tables anywhere, we have outreach boxes ready for you guys that have handout stuff, things you can sell, pens, etc.
Cool.
So if anybody needs those, please reach out to us because I spent a lot of time making them.
Thank you. So we've opened the floor for discussion. Does anyone have questions for Ms. King about the allocation of this $9,000 for convention food and swag? All right. Is there any objection to allocating $9,000 for convention food and swag? Hearing none, that passes. So that's it for the agenda this month. I'm going to open the floor back up for any announcements or public comment. Is there any public comment? No? All right. So we will be meeting the second Monday of March at 7 p.m. at the end. Oh, Mr. Savoy, I see your hand raised.
Frank Atwood again. I mentioned I tried to look at the presidential on the convention site, and I had problems bringing it up. Maybe it's my machine, but I just want to toss that out.
Mr. Bukovich?
I could have swore the bylaw specified that we don't have a meeting the month that we have convention.
Yeah, well, we don't. I'm just tired.
Okay. Well, we could have one. I mean, it's like towards the end, and it's the second Monday, so it's still like we're going a bit till the next time we meet. If we do, I mean, your call. I thought you were being ambitious, and I was on board for it.
No, actually, let's do it. Let's go ahead that way in case we need to have any more business or anything. Sorry, yeah. So I'm gonna announce the next meeting date and time. We'll be doing another board meeting on the second Monday of March, Independence Institute, 7 p.m. It'll be our last meeting as this full board. Also, Mr. Burgesson, we will move to accept your resignation over email ballot tomorrow morning. I will make sure that gets done. Even though I'm not working tomorrow. I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the time and energy that you've dedicated to your position, and we're terribly sorry to see you go. And thank you for your service, Ms. King.
Really quick, I just want to respond to Frank. Frank, I think it's not coming up for you because you already bought one, but it's coming up just fine for me. So, but thank you for bringing that to our attention. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, so it's been a pleasure working with you. We have one more board meeting, second Monday of March, 7 p.m., Independence Institute. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and all of our proxies and our visitors. Mr. Vance.
Really quickly, I just wanted to say I'm loving seeing the progress on the legislative session and the legislative meetings that we're doing Sunday nights at 7:30. We have a Zoom link if you'd like to join us and be a part of that. Also, if you don't want to be a part of the Zoom meet and you just want to watch, you can go to Free State Colorado, Brandon Works website, and he's doing a live stream that stays on YouTube. And that's awesome, especially if you cannot join on Sunday nights at 7:30. You can still get the legislative roundup. You can see all the bills that we're tracking, see all the upcoming bills, and then we go through and give you an update on what happened in committee. So, yeah, I'd love to get everybody to hop on board on Sunday nights.
Yes, thank you for that. They're super informative, and our presence has already been acknowledged by many activist groups at the Capitol. So we're the only political party showing up with political activists and participating in our state level of government. I would definitely encourage anyone listening, even if you don't like the job I'm doing, head to the Capitol, go bother your elected politicians, come back, come talk to me, come bother me. It's a twofer. It's a 2-for-1. So attend our legislative roundup and go bother your legislators wherever they are. So with that, I will adjourn this meeting. We are adjourned. 7:28.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.